Very good evening and welcome everybody. This is the City Academy in Bristol where we've come for tonight's British Championship boxing. Coming up then tonight, our main event, Lee Haskins' first defence of the British title that he won here beating Martin Ward. There's a full support card, so let's get straight into the introductions. So this is the first bout then of the night's four-rounder. And Scott Westgarth coming to the ring first, 27-year-old from Newcastle. And he made his debut just a couple of months ago, back on the 21st of September. He had a points victory over another virtual newcomer. This fight in the light heavyweight division. As we said about what else is coming up here for you tonight, the chief support to the Haskins and Booth fight is coming from Hughie Fury. He's looking for his 12th victory of the year against the Georgian David Gegeshidze. And he's got a bit of family support in the venue tonight because Tyson is sitting ringside. Christian Nadolski is making his debut tonight, his professional debut. 22-year-old from Taunton via Poland. And alongside me this evening, as ever, former world champion in his own right, Richie Woodall. Plenty to look forward to here tonight.
Yeah, indeed. I'm really looking forward to the Haskins and Booth contests. You've got two guys very, very experienced at British and Commonwealth and European level. And even boxed for a world title himself, Jason Booth against Steve Molitor. So, yeah, looking forward to that. And also Hughie Fury, who is really creating a lot of interest in the heavyweight division, and he seems to be boxing every other week, and he's doing really well. So looking forward to him as well. It should be a good night, Tim.
Haskins, there's Chris Saniger in the corner.
Live and exclusive on Eurosport to Bristol Academy Sports Arena, where Saniger Events in association with Robert Waterman proudly present Championship Boxing. A contest in the ring is a light heavyweight contest of 4 3-minute rounds. And introducing in the red corner, wearing the white trunks trimmed with gold and black, he fights out of Newcastle, weighing at 12 stone 7 pound. Comes to the ring having had one contest. Please welcome Scott Westgarth. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the black trunks trimmed with grey. Formerly from Poland, now fighting out of Bristol, weighing at 12 stone 7 pound. And tonight makes his professional debut. Please welcome Christian Nadolski. And officials for this contest appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control, the timekeeper Mr. John Lee, the referee Mr. Jeff Hines, and this is 4 3-minute rounds.
Listen carefully. 4 rounds or less. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. These shorts are high. I'm calling that good. You understand that? I'm calling that good. Touch gloves. Good luck.
So they're just about ready to go with the first bout then of the night.
Round 1.
Nadolski making his debut. Westgarth virtually on his debut. Is fight number 2 for him. So 2 young, hungry, looking to make an impression in front of the TV cameras pretty much for the first time in their lives. And this is a big opportunity for them because they get an audience here.
Exactly, yeah, big opportunity, and they'll probably have a few nerves in there, the first one. But we'll see how it goes. I remember my first contest, and you have to shake those nerves off in that opening round, and once that bell goes, then you get down to it. But some boxers, you know, it takes a while for them to actually shake the nerves off in the first one. But let's just see how this one goes in this opening round.
Not too many details about either having anything that resembles much of an amateur career. A relatively cagey start from both. Plenty of distance in between these two. Well, Nadolski tries to get Westgarth into a corner and get to work on him. He goes in with his fist low, doesn't he, Westgarth? There's plenty of target there for Nadolski to aim at.
Well, both of them have started with quite a leaky defence, very relaxed, and a low guard for both boxers. So there's opportunities there to hit the target for both of them, to be quite honest. But Westgarth just trying to keep his distance and box on that back foot. Nadolski much more aggressive coming forward, biting down on that gum shield as well, Nadolski.
First half, decent body shot then from Westgarth, but Nadolski brushing it away. Big sharp little jab then from Nadolski. As you said, he's leaning from a considerable distance. Is Westgarth, and his chin is right out there on display. If Nadolski can find a decent right-hand counter, he could land one flush.
Yeah, Nadolski's just had quite a good attack there, and that's why his corner have said, and you heard him, Chris Sanagar in the corner saying, and again, and again. He wants him to go forward. He actually put it on Westgarth there, doubled that jab up a little bit, got into range, then threw that right hand. So he's boxed on the front foot, Nadolski, and he's having a bit of success.
Good start then for Nadolski on his pro debut, and just a little wobble, a little bit off balance there, nothing too serious. Swift realignment of the feet, and he's okay. Needs to try and close the distance down, Westgarth, in between the two, but a good round that for Nadolski. Did just enough to take it.
Yeah, it wasn't like in the round, was there? But I think Nadolski on that front foot pressure, I think, got home with a couple of shots and probably did enough to take the round.
What do you think? You're just standing there doing nothing, all right? You're wasting everybody's time, mate. Get over there and get it, all right? All right?
What about that for a quality instruction?
Get over there and hit it. There you go. Yeah, well, he wants what he's trying to do. There's a bit of urgency in his voice there, Chris Sanagar, because he wants his boxer to go forward. Knows that when he's going forward, he's having a lot more success. He was just a little bit hesitant in that opening round, but you have to remember, that was the opening round. So look, that was the attack that he did very well at. He did very well in, rather. And his coach wants more of that type of work.
Come on, you can do it.
Well, he's been resident of these parts in Bristol for many, many years. Very popular figure is Chris Sanagar, indeed Jamie. And put on many big nights down here, of course. And Cantley, one of his former charges. Again, needs to get his defence right. Does Nadolski, his hands down by his side. He's just rocked them by a short right hand from Westgarth.
Yeah, the problem that Nadolski's having when he's going forward, though, Tim, is now and again his hands are a little bit too low. So he's open to a shot as he actually comes forward. He's got good aggression, and that's what his coach wants him to do. But I think he's got to do with a bit more of a guard as he's moving forward. Got to keep the hands a little bit higher and maybe a little bit more head movement as he's moving into boxing range.
He's snipping out of the way, but that jab, when it's extended, is staying there for so long. If Westgarth can get that overhand right, he's got a really big target to aim at.
That wasn't bad head movement there from Westgarth. I think he's fairly content in just sitting back and waiting for maybe to land the right hand as his opponent's coming forward. Has to jab a little bit more, though, Westgarth, and probably trigger his opponent off. Trigger that attack and then bring him onto the right hand.
And when he gets into this rhythm, he gets to work behind his jab. He is landing, scoring shots here. He is producing some of the cleaner work in there.
Yeah, not bad work that from Westgarth. Nadolski's a little bit static, Tim, here. He needs to move a little bit more lateral movement. He's been caught with a couple of shots, and so he's a bit hesitant now in coming forward. Westgarth, for me, is having a better round here.
He adhered to the instruction. He did launch himself out of his corner to get across and try and land one on Westgarth. But, it's been a little bit sporadic. The right hand just falling short.
Yeah, well, that's the sign, though, isn't it, there? Just clipped him. And that's because Nadolski, look at the left hand, just too low as he's coming forward. It's okay having a left hand if you're moving away from your opponent, but coming forward, then you're liable to walk on. There it is again. There you go. There you go.
And the three-punch combination, the right hand teed him up. It was the left that put him down. He was going, needed little encouragement. He's out, that is the end. Well, you heard Chris Saniga bellowing at him in the corner to get up, but he was just a little bit too slow then. So Westgarth it is who makes it 2 out of 2.
Yeah, good performance from Westgarth in that second round. Started to land with some quality shots with the right. I actually thought Nadolski won the first round, but he was urged on by his corner to go forward. He did, but in doing that, just kept the guard too low. And going forward, that low left hand, then he walked on to these right hands. He's Westgarth. There it is round the side, and another one coming up, bang, there it was there. And that's mainly because of that low guard by Nadolski.
Well, he looks okay with his coach in the corner, so it's none from 1 for Nadolski. Whereas in the other corner, it's time for a bit of celebration, 2 from 2. If you just joined us, we're live at the City Academy in Bristol. Our main event of the night to come is Lee Haskins back in action. And Hughie Fury is next up with plenty of the family in attendance. Here's the finish from Westgarth. I don't know what the delay in the decision is here. So Hughie Fury and David Gegeshidze, an 8-round international heavyweight contest, is up next. Plenty to talk about as ever with Hughie Fury. He's been garnering plenty of headlines in the run-up to this. I mean, we noticed as well, I mean, he's scheduled to fight next week and indeed the week after.
Yeah, he's an incredible fella, Hughie Fury. He seems to be boxing very regular, and he's getting some good wins under his belt. He's young, had a good amateur career, good international amateur career also, so he's well schooled. Yeah, he really does look the part, and of course, being 19 years of age, very young indeed. Bright future for him, and it's another big test for him tonight.
I think we're just waiting for photographs. It's a bizarrely long time awaiting here. I was following, as we watched the conclusion to the fight here again, I was following some of the discussion and strands of conversation, of course, across the internet about what Hughie Fury is trying to do with this frantic schedule that he's got, try and follow and emulate and beat what Mike Tyson did.
Well, Mike Tyson is the youngest ever heavyweight champion in the world, isn't he? 20 years and 4 months. And interestingly, he had, I think, he had about 17, 18 contests for his first year. And Hughie Fury, he's on target to have about the same or
Christian Nadolski in no position to continue. The winner, Scott Westgarth. And ladies and gentlemen, appreciations please, Christian Nadolski.
So they exit the ring. We're going to take a short break here before we return with the chief support event of the evening, which is Huey Fury against David Gegeshidze. I mean, his father, Peter Fury, he's been talking about what they're trying to do with him. They're trying to school that they don't want anything that is uncompetitive. They want somebody that's going to actually be able to assist him in the schooling process.
Yeah, it's very wise indeed. It's a learning curve, isn't it? But he's having fights under his belt.
Welcome back, everybody, and to Bristol and the Academy here. We are about to move on to our chief support.
With a heavyweight contest, please welcome to the ring, David Gegeshidze.
32 years of age, from Tbilisi in Georgia, 10-4-1. He's only in the last year returned to the professional ranks after a 4-year layoff. Made his professional debut back in 2006 and was progressing okay until he was knocked out by a guy called Vladimir Chanturia in a fight for the national title. He then lost 3 others in quick succession and promptly retired after a 3-round stoppage loss. But he reappeared last November and he's won 3 fights in the last year, all in Georgia. 2 decisions and TKO, 6. Not a particularly big puncher either when you look back over his career. He stopped just 2. One in 2006 and then again on the short comeback last year. But they're hoping that he's not just a bit of fodder. Georgia does produce durable journeyman opponent Tyson.
Well, he'll have to go some tonight to beat this fella, Huey Fury.
Here he is then. 11-0, the 19-year-old. Seems a lifetime ago now that he won the World Youth title. First British fighter to do it at super heavyweight since his debut as a pro, only back in March. This remarkable work rate. And consider as well how well travelled he is over this time. He made his debut in the Bell Centre in Montreal on the undercard there and followed it up on his second time out. How about this, Richie? A trip to Madison Square Garden for his second fight. I mean, some people don't get to fight at Madison Square Garden ever.
No, incredible, and he wasn't fazed by it at all, was he? Good performance out there. I think Ricky Hatton fought at Madison Square Garden in about his second contest, something like that. Anyway, very early on, I always remember him saying to me that what an occasion it was to box at Madison Square Garden, the mecca of the sport. So, yeah. And again, another big day for him here. Huey Fury just wants to continue with this run that's going. And like I said, can he get over 17, 18 contests like Mike Tyson did it in that first year?
Well, it then set us off, didn't it? Because we started looking at Frank Bruno, Lennox Lewis, Gary Mason, just about everybody that was a heavyweight of note.
For 8 3-minute rounds. Introducing firstly in the red corner, wearing the red trunks trimmed with white. He comes from Georgia, weighed in at 17 stone 6 pound. Comes to the ring with a 14-fight professional record consisting of 10 wins and 4 losses. Please welcome David Gegeshidze. And in the bottom, ladies and gentlemen, across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the all-white trunks. He's from Manchester, England, weighed in at 16 stone 7 pound. And comes to the ring undefeated in 9 professional contests. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting and introducing to Bristol, the undefeated Huey Fury. Referee in charge of the action, Mr. Jeff Hines, and this is 8 3-minute rounds.
Gentlemen. Come closer. Gentlemen, 8 rounds or less. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves.
Well, you never know.
Good luck.
So the 19-year-old, they say, looking to become the youngest heavyweight champion ever. His father was on record saying they were £1,000 away from making a fight with Matt Skelton as well. They also approach Michael Sprott, so they're stepping it up a level, aren't they? But here against Gegeshidze. What they're looking for here, what Peter Fury is looking for, is a calm and a relaxed display here. Blowing people out. He's talked about the fact that he thinks he's tried to get a little bit overexcited in some of his last few fights, wanted to get in and blow the opposition away. Just got a bit carried away. So calm and composure, that is what he's looking for. And is he going to deliver? Is he going to obey, or is he going to blow Gegeshidze away here? Only back in the ring, as we said, in the last 11 and a half months after a 4-year layoff. Nothing much in the way of a major career before that either. Fought up to national level. But it looks, even from his conditioning, looking at him now, Richie, that he could have done with a bit more conditioning in the gym, couldn't he?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, Gegeshidze here, he's just on that back foot and he doesn't really want to commit against Fury. So obviously the Georgians have done their homework. They know that if he comes over that front foot, if he makes mistakes, overreaches, he's going to get punished, and that's why he's sitting back a little bit and trying to get Fury to lead off. So this is another little challenge for Hughie Fury here. But he's very good with his jab, young Fury, and that's what he's got to do here, work with that shot and just test this fella out a little bit in this opening round.
Good crowd inside the venue. All the 1,000 tickets or so have been sold out here. You're just waiting on you, Richie, for the first big shot to land, just to see whether or not Gegeshidze is durable or not. He comes back with a right hand there, Gegeshidze.
Yeah, got caught with the left hook as well, though. So, yeah, Hughie Fury, you know, he's just getting a little bit more ambitious, getting a little bit closer with that right hand especially. But he's still got to work behind that jab and close the gap down like he just did there behind that punch before he lets that right hand go.
The last 10 seconds of the opening round here, and I think he's listened to the pre-fight instruction not to get carried away and just ease himself into this fight. It is an 8-rounder, remember, and you'd have to say you'd expect by, even if it does go at this type of pace, that by rounds 5, 6 and 7 he might be tiring a bit, Gegeshidze.
Well, the pace of that round certainly suited Gegeshidze, didn't it? Just sitting back and waiting. But Hughie Fury, that was a bit of a scouting mission. He won the round, but he just had a look at his opponent. And it's just a matter of time before he steps it up. Some action here. Fury just keeping him on the end of that jab. Gegeshidze just on the outside, waiting, doesn't want to commit, doesn't want to make mistakes. Comes in with his left there, but then he's back out again, you see, so he doesn't want to make a mistake and get caught.
Yeah, let him take a step back and on him again. Feinting, double jab, come past him as well to the right, double jab in there. I think to make your job now, we started. Round 2.
Simple, uncomplicated instruction. Round 2 of 8. Gegeshidze survives intact the opening round. Last 2 fights of the 2 opponents have taken Hughie Fury the distance of 6 rounds.
Yeah, Fury's never been past the 6 rounds, so he would like to get an 8 and a 10 rounder under his belt, wouldn't he, before he steps on to bigger things, but he can only beat what's put in front of you. And the way he's going here now, he's starting to get a little bit closer to Gegeshidze here.
Some Talk about doubling up the jab. There he goes, trying to land the first big shot of the night. Well, as we said, there's little in the way in history to suggest that Gegeshidze has got the power to worry Yui Fury here, having stopped just 2 of his career opponents.
Got to listen to his corner a little bit here. His corner said...
Double up the jab.
Yeah, double up the jab, because they want him to close the gap down and get closer for the right hand. That's the reason there. It's also very difficult to actually defend against a double jab. Good straight double jab, move the feet into range, then throw the right hand.
And it's still only single jabs here at the moment. Minute to go in the second round.
A lot of body to aim at there for Fury. That's why he keeps peppering the jab to the body. What he needs to do probably now is maybe feint to the body and then whip that right hand over. There it is, there it is. But by keep hitting downstairs, hitting the body, just takes the attention away really from that right hand that's going to come over. It's a decoy shot, if anything, just to soften his opponent up.
Soften is exactly what it's done. He caught him with a right hand counter again, but Fury just brushes it off. And that has just put a bit more lead in the legs of Gegeshidze. It really did shake him a bit, that first right hand, and he still looks as if he's feeling a bit of the after effect.
Yep, good right hand there from Fury.
End of the second, and something of a breakthrough. Gegeshidze took a few good shots in that round.
Yeah, doesn't look in the best of condition, does he, Gegeshidze? The odd spare tyre wrapped around his stomach there, Tim.
But to be fair, and we did this as well when we were comparing the notes and the records of Frank Bruno and Lennox Lewis and Gary Mason, etc., at the time. I mean, they were fighting similar people, so I mean, it's to be expected, isn't it? I mean, you'd be a lunatic at age 19 to be going in with something that was ranked in the top 10, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, he's only a baby, isn't he? And it's a learning process for him. But I do believe if he wins this one, then he should be looking to the likes of Michael Sprott and Matt Skelton. They'd certainly give him a much sterner test.
Round 3 then of 8 here. And the punch needing to travel some distance there that Fury threw. By the time it arrived, Gegeshidze has covered up and launched the counter attack.
And if we look at the records of people like Frank Bruno and Lennox Lewis, Bruno got his title shot in his 30th contest, Lennox 23rd contest. Even David A was cruiserweight champion in his 21st contest and then went on to fight in his 24th for the heavyweight championship. This kid's only had 11 bouts, so there's still a way to go yet.
It's looking a bit more fluid now, settled into a rhythm. There's the right hand again. Followed it up again with a nice stiff jab. And he's flailing all over the place. It isn't going to take a lot to take him out and finish this.
Well, he's just upped the tempo a little bit here, hasn't he, Yui Fury? Starting to get closer, and that right hand's coming over. But his feet have just quickened up a little bit, and he's starting to throw a few more shots now. So he's upped the tempo. This will be a real test now for Gegeshidze, and he's struggling a little bit. That's why he's holding on. Been caught with a couple of good shots here.
There is the main man of the family. The plans have needed to be reorganised after the injury to David A. And going to the considerable midriff of Gegeshidze.
Yeah, Gegeshidze is really struggling now, Tim. Can't keep his man at bay. There's another big right hand. Doesn't look in the best of condition, as we've said. Holding on now. And earlier in the contest, we said that the pace suited him, but now that Fury has upped it, then he's struggling here.
Do well to survive the next couple of rounds here. Yeah, now just brushing off anything that Gegeshidze throws his way. And any time he gets close to backing him into the corner, and Gegeshidze is grabbing hold. Yeah, some good work to the body from Fury.
Yeah, starting to hurt his opponent now downstairs to Gegeshidze.
Great left hook to the body. Right hand followed it up. Good job the bell went, otherwise he would have done.
Yeah, hurtful shots downstairs. There's Tyson there. Just looking, admiring young Hughie Fury's work, but good work there from Hughie Fury towards the end of that round, targeting the body. Gegeshidze, he really is struggling, breathing very heavily.
Well, there's a cut over the left eye on the eyelid of Hughie Fury here. That's going to need a bit of attention.
I don't know where that cut's come from. Now and again, though, you see the heads are getting close. It may have come from a head clash. There wasn't a lot thrown from Gegeshidze that actually suggested that where that shot, where that cut rather came from.
Three coming up, is it? Down four. Down four.
Yeah, that may rule him out for next week, and he'll be disappointed with that.
Well, just for the record, Mike Tyson fought a guy called Eddie Richardson. It is the equivalent fight of his career. He put him down in 85 seconds. He was asked after the fight if he'd ever been hit by anything as hard as Tyson had hit him with. And he came back with that classic line was, yeah, I was knocked over by a truck last year. Gegeshidze doing what he can to make him look as untidy as possible. Yeah. Hughie Fury just brushing him away.
What Fury's got to do now here, Tim, as well, after throwing that right hand, got to adjust his feet a little bit. See, that's better boxing, but he needs to adjust his feet and maintain that gap between himself and his opponent, because Gegeshidze, all he's doing when he gets close, he's holding. He's grabbing on and holding, so he's got to adjust the feet, maintain that gap, create a little bit of space, and then punch.
Another hook into the body. So it was a low blow. Pouring really tentative stuff now from Gegeshidze. You're just waiting for Hughie Fury to ram home this significant advantage that he's got in every department. There goes the right, sunk into the rib cage, followed it up with a left hook here. Really good work to the body of Gegeshidze, who is using every ounce of everything he's got to hang on in here. Oh, there's the right hand. There's no defense here from Gegeshidze.
Yeah, bad signs here from Gegeshidze, because he's actually turning away occasionally, so doesn't really fancy it now. Just a matter of time. Just got to call on some composure here from Hughie Fury and just put his shots together. This guy's ready to go now.
Great uppercut. There's the right hand. How on earth he's still standing is a mystery here. He's taken some big shots here. There goes another, and that is it. Referee's had enough. End of the fight. Well, they said they didn't want anybody that was just going to be blasted out inside a round, so I suppose he's done a bit of a job here. You know, and he never went down. He proved to be relatively durable for 2.5 rounds. But as you said, what has he learnt from that?
Well, he hasn't learnt a lot, to be quite honest. The guy was a little bit awkward, was holding him on the inside okay, so maybe he has to adjust those feet a little bit more. But this fella wasn't really in good condition, was he? And didn't take the shots very well. This fella needs a little bit more of a test. He should be targeting the likes of Michael Sprott and Matt Skelton, but it's getting him to box him. That's the thing.
Yeah, for the money, as we said, they offered. I think they offered Sprott 13 grand for the night's work, which they thought was very generous. As Gegeshidze very sportingly over to congratulate. But look, I mean, looking at the top 10 in the British rankings, Gornish, Lewisham, McDermott, Rogan, Sexton, Sprott. I mean, David Price may be a little too out of his league at the moment, but I mean, from that list there, I mean, in the next year, you would expect, or you would hope him to be operating within that level, wouldn't you?
I would certainly think so, yeah. With the likes of Sam Sexton, McDermott, they're good fighters, but those are the boxers that will take him to the next level, that he'll learn from, and he will definitely get good rounds under his belt. And that's what he needs, this fella. He needs contests where he's going to learn over 8 and 10 rounds, and it's those type of opponents in that top 10 that will take him to the next level.
When I look at some of the punches that ended the fight here, there was no defense in the end, and the referee making a sensible decision, and no complaints from Gegeshidze either.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes and 14 seconds of round 4, in the interest of David Gegeshidze's own safety, the referee has stopped the contest, leaving the winner and now undefeated in 10 contests, Hughie Fury! And ladies and gentlemen, appreciations please, David Gegeshidze.
Unless they're not counting the first 2 that he beat, he's unbeaten in 12, not 10. Yeah. We'll take a short break here now before we return with the main event of the evening tonight. And that is the return of Lee Haskins, who fought earlier on this year in Bristol. And he's back on home territory. And he's got a very, very tricky opponent up against him here tonight. Jason Booth is coming up next. To the City Academy here in Bristol, where we've come for tonight's British Championship boxing. And next up is the main event of the night. Lee Haskins against Jason Booth for the British Bantamweight title. The fighters will be introduced any second now. And he's been garnering a lot of press as Lee Haskins, as you would expect, and that they once called the most forgotten figure in British boxing some time back. Nobody wanted to fight me, he said. No other challenges other than stepping down. Right, we have a slight delay. So the fighters aren't quite ready yet. I don't think, although it's hard to understand how long they thought that the other fight was going to go on for, really. But anyway, we're got a few minutes delay, so we can have a bit of a chat about it. About Lee Haskins, said that he wasn't right mentally. It seems to be a bit of a cliche, though, really.
Yeah, he's had a few problems in the past, hasn't he, Lee Haskins, mentally, but he's a very good lad indeed, very hard to hit, southpaw, always in good condition.
Well, it appears that they are ready, and they are ready to go. Jason Booth celebrated his 36th birthday on the way-in. At 37-11-0. When you consider the life that this guy has had, the fact he's still in the ring performing is admirable enough. And 2013 has brought him into contact with an emotion he hasn't experienced for a few years. The joy that accompanies a success, a points victory over Ryan Nickel in a 6-round fight back in June. It was his first win after 5 straight losses, which dated right the way back to his victory over Jamie Arthur on a split decision back in 2011. He's been grinding out the results for 17 years as a pro, and 11 losses. It might sound a lot, but if you look at the company he's kept over the years, he's never steered clear of anybody or anything. Steve Molitor, Kiko Martinez included. Haskins might have the youth here, but experience that Booth has gained against top-quality opponents should ensure, providing he's fit enough to do it, that we get a good contest.
Tim, there could be a bit of history made here tonight. If Booth wins this fight, then him and his brother, I think they're the only brothers that will have held the British bantamweight title. His brother held it back in 2000 to 2003, Nicky, and now if he wins this title, that will be a bit of history. Two brothers, the first to hold the British bantamweight title.
The Sporting Heroes in Bristol are thin on the ground. Football gave the country Ian Holloway. Down in Ashton Gate, there's not been much out of there. In the ring, though, Bristol has produced a few champions and notable boxers over the years. Everybody, of course, remembers the world champion and our own co-colour commentator here at Eurosport, Glenn Catley, of course. But then there was the likes of Ross the Rooster. If I remember Ross Hale.
Yeah, very good fighter.
Former British light welterweight champion. So Bristol has produced a few in its time. But Lee Haskins, 10 years on from his pro debut down the road at Ashton Gate. 27-3-0 the record, and on the road he hopes to a reacquisition of the EBU title that he lost in his first defence last December when he went to Belgium and was stopped by Stéphane Jamoy, who himself has subsequently lost it, by the way.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the main event of the evening. The officials appointed for this contest by the British Boxing Board of Control. The official in charge is Mr. Dennis Gill-Martin from the British Boxing Board. The timekeeper, Mr. John Lee. The referee in charge of the action when the action begins, Mr. Richie Davis from All Hallows in Kent. And our three scoring judges at ringside, scoring the contest on the 10-muss system, Mr. Howard Foster of Doncaster, Mr. Jeff Hines of London, and Mr. Terry O'Connor of Birmingham. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Sanagar Events in association with Robert Waterman, live and exclusive on Eurosport from Bristol Academy Sports Arena. Proudly present a contest of 12 3-minute rounds to decide the Bantamweight Championship of Great Britain. Between and introducing the boxers, and firstly, the challenger fighting out of the red corner, wearing the silver trunks trimmed with blue and white. He comes from Nottingham, weighed in at 8 stone 5 pound, and brings to the ring a 48-fight professional record consisting of 37 wins, 15 wins by way of knockout, with 11 losses. He comes to the ring as a former British and Commonwealth Super Bantam and Commonwealth Bantamweight champion, and a former British and Commonwealth Flyweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Jason Too Smooth Booth. And across the ring in the blue corner stands the champion, wearing the blue trunks trimmed with silver. Ladies and gentlemen, he brings to the ring a 35 professional record consisting of 27 wins, 12 wins by way of knockout, with 3 losses. He weighed in yesterday at 8 stone 6 pound. He comes to the ring as a former Commonwealth Flyweight champion, former British Super Flyweight champion, the former European Bantamweight champion, and a former WBA Intercontinental champion. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Bristol's very own Lee Haskins. We'll now give his final instructions to both boxers.
Okay, fellas, you've both had your instructions in the dressing room. You know what I expect of you. Behave yourselves, do as you're told, and above all, defend yourselves at all times. God bless you both.
But none of the defeats on his record at Haskins have come in this neck of the woods. 2013, something of a homecoming year for him. Seen him return to action in his hometown for the first time since 2007. And he said that here, walking out into the home arena, He feels like he could be anybody that's put in front of him here, and we're about to find out, because he's up against a guy that has been in with a quality of opponent that he hasn't, and he's certainly learnt a thing or two. But at 36 years of age, and after so many real ring wars he's been involved in, how many more has he got left, and is he going to survive the night?
Yeah, Jason Booth has faced 3 world champions, hasn't he? Steve Molitor, Kiko Martinez and Scott Quigg. He's been on the receiving end to all 3, but nevertheless, very good experience indeed, Booth. And he will be very tricky, as will Haskins, who's a very skillful and talented southpaw, sits on that back foot and likes to bring his opponents onto the shots.
Those of you that followed his career over recent years, there's never really been a dull occasion when he's been in the ring. The fight against Jamoy turned out to be a war. What did for him that night was the body shot. So Booth will be aware of that, maybe targeting that area, because it was those that were the downfall on the night. Losing the title, Haskins said, has made him even more hungry to get it back.
He lost that title, his first defence, wasn't it? And he lost it in Belgium, though, Tim. He lost it on the road. Very difficult to go into Europe and defend any sort of title.
A couple of good hooks to the body from Haskins in the opening half minute. Yeah, he was referee just saying not to pull him down. It was very swift from Haskins again. Really good hand, really good piece of hand speed that Booth is finding a little tough to come to terms with here. Decent left-hand counter though from Booth, again just giving Haskins a reminder that this isn't going to go all his way. If he wants his name on his record, he's going to have to dig in and work hard to get it.
Yeah, Booth's had a bit of success here with the left hook, long left hook, and that's mainly because
there it is again.
Yeah, and it's mainly, Tim, because of the movement of Booth. The movement's been good. Haskins prefers that slower tempo, if you like, and he prefers just to wait and wait for his opponents to come onto his punches. So the movement from Booth has been good, but as soon as he slows his feet down, that's when Haskins will start getting the better of things.
He does provide a shock here tonight, Booth. He'll be the first boxer, the British boxer in 75 years to win titles at 3 weights. They'd be pleased with the opening round, Booth. Smart start from both. But he's taken some of the heat out of the crowd. He took a few good shots, and he came back that long left hook, as you said, the feature punch for Booth of that first round.
Yeah, close round to score. Both had success. Scouting mission for both of them, just having a look at their opponents. Better movement from Booth, but also Haskins found the target well, also bringing his opponent onto that right hook now and again. There, the left uppercut to the body and finished with the right hook to the head. And again, Haskins there just got better at the exchanges. But there's that long left hook that we spoke about from Booth.
Good work. Nice job, nice left hook, body shot is beautiful. Nice right hook, now and again is beautiful. Well done.
Well, Stuart Hall, who Haskins beat, is fighting for a world title. That has wound him up a bit. Get this out of the way, he said, bring on the world titles. He's the mandatory challenger to Karim Gref for his European title. So that is on the horizon.
Yeah, you have to feel for Haskins as well. He's number 1 in Europe, and Hall's the number 2 seed. But Hall, you know, has picked himself up since the defeat to Haskins, won 3 on the trot, and has got the shot.
Yeah, great left hook there.
So this pace will suit Haskins down to the ground. That's why the movement's got to be better from Booth, and he's got to quicken the tempo a little bit. But Haskins sitting back, waiting, that will suit him.
Standing straight on the southpaw, Lee Haskins, inviting Booth onto these punches.
I can see what Booth's doing now, Tim. As he's moving to his right, he's walking more onto the left hand of Haskins, but he's actually trying to land his left hook, and that's why he's trying to bring Haskins onto that shot.
He's kept up a pretty furious pace in the opening round and a half here, Booth. Just a brief and to the point warning from the referee. Haskins not worried in the slightest.
Yeah, just getting a little bit too close with the head there, Booth. Old tricks of the trade. But his problem is the distance. He can't quite close that gap down without getting hit. That's why the tempo's got to be quicker from him. If it's too slow, then Haskins sees the attacks coming, adjusts, and just throws the shots.
He said he's taking every day in a ring as something as a bonus after what he's come through in the recent years. Not all of his wars have been inside a boxing ring. There have been several key ones outside of it as well, as he's had to overcome personal demons of his own. But he's coming here, Richie, and he is really pumped up, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I mean, they both are, to be quite honest, but Haskins, I think, is boxing much better in this second round. He's maintaining that gap. Low guard, and that's the trap he sets. Low hands wants you to come in, but as you come in, then he catches you. He's a clever boxer, Haskins.
He was the first fighter from Bristol to ever win a European title.
See your improvement, yeah? Don't bounce in on him, okay? Now, what I want you to do, as soon as you get inside, stay in there, okay? Don't come back out, yeah? You roll your way in, all right? And then stay inside, okay? Let them shots go to the body, please. Yeah, he's gone.
You've got to start body shotting now.
Yeah? Come on. You've got to let him go. Now, the thing is, as soon as you make him miss, let him go.
There's some action here. Lee Haskins just maintaining the gap, low hands, just wanting his opponents to come in, and then he adjusts, misses with the uppercut there. But the corner's saying they want him to stay in on the inside a little bit longer, work the body. He's just not getting close enough, is he? Back on the outside, needs to get closer and stay there.
Seconds out. Round 3.
There were quite a number of people predicting a relatively early conclusion to this fight. Some voicing disapproval that Booth was still in the ring and fighting, but he's blown away any view that he's got no place in there, with a very strong start here for this British bantamweight title. And on the home territory of Lee Haskins.
Well, the opening 2 rounds have both been close, Tim. You know, I've just got Haskins just the 1 point up. I actually give that first round an even round. I thought he boxed a little bit better in the second round. But Booth is a danger. How anyone could think this is going to be an early night for any of the boxers is beyond me, because Booth, very cagey indeed. This is what he's doing now, thinking that he's listening to his corner, wants to get closer and stay there. He's got to target the body.
And you can hear the call from his corner, stay on top of him. Still hasn't managed to land anything remotely significant to the body of Haskins in this round yet.
And again, for Haskins, just gets caught with a shot there. Ring positioning is absolutely crucial for Haskins. Got to stay in the spaces and box from centre. Booth, on the other hand, he's got to target and try and push his opponent back onto the ropes.
Yeah, what are you about going in with the head? This time it was Haskins. Yeah, good defence from Booth, soaks up a couple of decent shots. But he's in there, he's in the vicinity, he isn't landing anything.
This is clever boxing from Booth, this is, because he's actually getting close to his opponent. He's making Haskins punch first, and because Haskins has got very low guard, if he misses the target, that's giving Booth an opportunity maybe to land a counter. Look, yeah, good work from him.
Long left hook of his. Good uppercut, two good right uppercuts there by Haskins.
And from the centre of the ring, Tim, you see, he's dominating from the centre.
Fought for his first title, Booth. Oh, there's again, decent left hand from Haskins. He said fought for his first title, the British flyweight title, the Commonwealth title back in 1999. 14 years ago, and he's still here, Booth. But these are good combinations now from Haskins, loading a bit more onto Booth.
Yeah, better boxing from Haskins. Booth isn't throwing enough at this stage. Again, probably the last minute of that round was Haskins. I thought Haskins won that last minute and probably nicked the round because of that last minute.
Oh, he too, Lee Haskins, been fighting for titles since very early on in his career. Let's see what Chris Saliger's got to say.
Give me that glass, give me the high stack bucket. Ice bucket.
Just keep your boxing, all right?
Some good boxing from Haskins here. There's the rare occasion where he misses the target, and that's giving that Booth an opportunity then to land a shot. Works to the body here, then gets back round again, back on the centre of the ring. It's nip and tuck though, there's not a lot in these rounds.
Said he's been used to fighting for titles very early on. His 9th fight he fought Delroy Spencer, again just down the road from here at Ashton Gate. Yeah, good left hand that from Haskins. Saw a gap in the guard there, and he drilled that left hand right through it. The thing you got to ask, Richie, is, I mean, it is a frantic pace that Booth has kept up here. Is can he keep it up for 12 rounds? We're in round 4. He still looks fresh.
Yeah, he looks fairly fresh. He looks in good condition, does Booth. But he's an old pro, isn't he? He's very experienced. And he's boxing, he's starting to box well here. Look, he's getting closer, closing the gap down. Good 1-2 there. Good accuracy from his work also there from Booth.
This is it. This is where his corner wanted him to be, but they wanted him to be landing those shots into the body of Lee Haskins. But again, he escapes the attention.
Haskins is risking it here with that low guard he has got. Lands a couple of good shots there, but when he allows Booth in on the inside, got to keep that guard up a little bit higher for me.
Right, getting behind the local man here again. Good 2-3 punch combination. Then getting tied up in there, Haskins being told to, and a good little cheeky right hand then on the break, which Booth didn't see coming.
Haskins always keeping that gap between himself and his opponent. Gets clipped there with a shot. I think Booth here, Tim, has got to throw more combinations. The singles aren't enough. He's applying the pressure. That's better. Look, on the inside there. That's what he's got to do a little bit more of.
That's what they've been asking him to do for the last couple of rounds, and there's nothing much has happened. He's in the vicinity again. That left hook then, short left hook. It's a good punch. Good shot. Haskins took it well. Final few seconds then of the round here. Cleaner work from Haskins again.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's just boxing a little bit better than Booth. A little bit more accuracy in his work than this fella. Plenty of pressure, but too many singles. Needs to throw more combinations, I think.
Yeah? Understand what you're saying, Jay? Okay.
Let's get another listen to the corners.
Right.
Jay? Yeah. Now the thing is, you missed a few good body shots.
There's that dangerous shot there. That left up from Booth. That was a cracker.
As he spins round, whack it in.
Don't drop that left hand. He's trying to pull you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Good go.
25 would be the recommended.
Round 5 of a scheduled 12 here. And Haskins marginally in the lead, would you say?
Yeah, I think Haskins is in the lead here. Plenty of pressure from Booth, but the better boxing is from the man from Bristol. On his back foot, I think he's boxing a good fight. You're hearing that's Booth's corner saying get on his chest. They know that he's got to get up to him. But when he's there, that's when he's got to punch Tim. He's got to throw 3s and 4s on the inside. But it's very difficult when you've got a man who's constantly moving away from you.
Yeah, and a little bit of frustration beginning to creep in here for Booth. Again, some decent combinations. Good jab, good left hook from Haskins. Continuing to land the cleaner. Well, he's getting constantly fed that instruction to get onto his body, but he cannot get close enough here. Haskins again, constantly on the move, turns into the ropes again.
The experience is starting to come out now with Booth. Starting to move his head a little bit more. Good boxers find a way. Experienced boxers find a way to hit the target, and Booth now coming forward, realising he's got to move his head a little bit more to gain that inside position.
Haskins, though, still looking very, very fresh at this stage. You can just see maybe the beginnings of a little fatigue creeping into Booth.
Yeah, starting to find the target more often now, Booth. Haskins. And Haskins' danger punch for me, he hasn't landed it yet, he's the left uppercut. Booth's got to watch out for that left uppercut as he's coming forward.
He's always, Haskins, prided himself on his conditioning, his readiness to fight anywhere, anybody at any time. Never been one of those that drifts out of condition and has to work tremendously and tirelessly hard to get in shape. It's on nights like these you can find that that type of lifestyle is something that's going to assist greatly.
We have to remember also, Booth is a decent puncher. He's got 15 knockouts in his 37 victories. But that's what he's going to have to do tonight, I think, is find that big shot, that big left hook. Haskins' guard is very low. He's got opportunities to land it.
Better round that for Booth?
Yeah, a little bit better. Again, a close round. I think they've all been fairly close rounds, Tim. It's just literally preference to what the judges prefer, to be quite honest.
Listen to me. Jab and screw this one up. Straight up. All right?
That's that left uppercut he's on about, yeah, definitely. Do the judges prefer the boxing of Haskins or the pressure from Booth? I think it's been a good contest so far, competitive, and Haskins is finding the target a little bit more often than his opponent. boxing well at range.
Corners 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 6.
We have to the midway point then, round 6 of the scheduled 12. Then Haskins puts that gap in between them. These shots of Booth again just falling short.
Just showed me something there, Booth, that he should be doing a little bit more of, maybe, Tim. That double jab stepping in. The first jab will probably miss, but the second will get home. Look how low the guard is of Haskins, that right hand. So that double jab just might be enough to get home.
Good right hand from Booth. And again. And left.
Good left
These
hook.
good shots. What a smile from Haskins, but he knew that was a good shot. And again, another left hand. All of a sudden, he's looking very, very vulnerable here.
This is great boxing from Booth here on the inside. Haskins making the mistakes of dropping his hands and allowing his opponent to close that gap down. Great boxing from Booth on the inside.
Yeah, this is what they've spent 3 rounds asking him to do. Again, the long looping left hand. There's the right to follow it up again. Haskins is in trouble here for the first time in the fight. Now, what can he come back with here?
Can't afford to just stand there with the hands down. Got to move. But gets caught again. This is great stuff from Booth again. Big shots landing. This has been his best round so far.
And again, Haskins just walking onto a left hand. Now he comes back. This is more like it. This is turning into the fight that we thought it could be here.
What a great British title fight this is. Seemed to be going Haskins' way, but Booth, the experienced man, getting up close, landing much better shots in this round.
All of a sudden, this ring is now a very, very small place, isn't it? Digging that hook right into the ribcage of Haskins again.
He's been hurt a couple of times here, Tim, to the body.
Yeah, I think he is hurt here. He's got to dig in deep. Booth just bringing him on, saying, is that the best you got? What can you give me back here? Booth's got to take a rest in this round. First time, he's just hanging on here.
Yeah, I think, you know, Haskins has rallied here, finding a couple of good shots himself, but it's those body shots that have hurt him, and that's how he come undone, losing his European title in Belgium.
Well, he said he realised the errors that he made. Now he knows he would win again. He beat Jamoy again, but he's making similar errors here that he did on that night in Belgium.
Well, what a turnaround. What a turnaround here for this man, Booth. Landing a couple of real quality shots at the start of the round, and he just kept it going.
Okay, Nibbler.
You've got him where you want him in, said you've got to stay in there.
He's knackered, okay? He's knackered, Jay. He's knackered. All right?
Put
so
the pressure on him.
I want you to... Yeah? Okay?
Put the pressure.
I need you to really get...
Here we go. Let's have a look at some of that action. That was the beginning of this barrage, that right hand.
But look at Haskins, his guard, look how low it is. He's getting caught with the right hand, the left hook. Booth, the old pro, experienced man, catching his opponent with the better quality shots. Right up a gut, right hand. Good work.
Well, it is amazing, really, isn't it? When you look at his career, Haskins, he's lost 3 times. He's been stopped in 3, but one of them he actually retired with an injured right arm. When you consider the style that he hasn't been stopped more often.
Well, he just seemed to have
caught more often.
Run out of gas in that last round there. Got caught with a couple of body shots that hurt him.
Yeah.
But it's that low guard. And Booth now knows, and the complexion of this contest has changed now, hasn't it? Because Booth knows and he's got the confidence that if he gets up close, he can find that quality shot because of that low guard.
The instruction about getting in, working to the body. Finally, the coin dropped for Booth. Is the coin going to drop for the punch they've been asking Haskins to throw for the past couple? That left uppercut as he comes in with that right hand. But so far, it's not been in evidence. Continues to come forward, fight on the front foot as he has done. Booth right from the start of this fight.
You know what, Tim, Haskins is struggling here. I think the pace is really affecting him now. He seems very, very tired. Just can't get his hands up.
Needs a good wrap. That's a great combination. Right hand, left hook. Really good combination that by Haskins. That stopped Booth in his tracks. And again, the right hand finding its way through. Booth being forced to cover up until he sinks that hook into the body again. And it is the shots that going to Haskins' body at a more regular, more frequent than they were in the opening 4-5 rounds. And they are hurtful shots, these. There is no doubt about it. And it is taking some of the wind out of Haskins' sails here.
Tell you what though, Tim, this is a positive response from Haskins, and he needed it. He had a real bad round 6, but this round 7 now, he's gained his composure again, starting to box really well on the back foot. And Booth, his feet have slowed, he's trying to get close, but he's walking onto them.
It have definitely slowed, but then both fighters have visibly slowed. Home crowd just beginning to try and get behind their man, but again, you can just see it was a right hand then by Booth, but once more, sunk straight into the midriff of Haskins, and he covered up momentarily.
It's been a good round for Haskins, but he takes so many risks when he's in there on the inside, hands too low. But for me, his round.
The shouts of more like it, that was coming from his corner.
Keep getting out of the way. Stop it.
Now listen, hits and move. Hits and move. He can't move. All right? All he can do is...
Well, they're simple instructions, aren't they? I mean, there's no point in overcomplicating the issue.
No, look, when he's maintaining that gap, look, but look how low his hands are. These are the risks he's taking, Haskins, but he did have a better round. Started landing with the shots. Booth wasn't really hitting the target. He was there to be hit himself. But you always sense that Booth can land a big shot.
Seconds out. Round 8.
He stopped Martin Ward in 5 to win this title earlier on this year. Booth, as we said, just reacquainted himself earlier on this year with a win. It was his first since February of 2011 when he beat Jamie Arthur. The last stoppage was against Matthew Marsh. That was the last time he stopped an opponent, and that was for the British super bantamweight title. Stoppage in the 11th round. A little bit of swelling. Good left hand from Haskins again. Razor sharp. Just a little bit of swelling over the left eye of Booth.
Booth needs to sustain that pressure a little bit more. Just crossing his legs there, it's a mistake. Getting caught there as he's moving in. He's got to sustain the pressure and maybe double up the attacks a little bit more. These single attacks, Haskins seems to be dealing with, maintaining the gap between himself and his opponent, and he's boxing better on that back foot, mainly because the pace has slowed down again, and that suits Haskins.
You see the blood just trickling down from that eye injury. We're in round 8 of 12 here, and Booth is still looking a major threat here to Lee Haskins. What's been surprising is the way that he's continued to fight on the front foot here, Booth, considering, as we said, the career and life that he's had. The fact that he's still here at 36 is testimony to the belief he's got in himself these days. Very, very positive thinker, in a hurry. Needs a few more, wants a few more big paydays maybe before he brings the curtain down on his career. And he knows that a defeat here, well, that is going to set him back, and he probably wouldn't recover from it. There wouldn't be many places for him to go if he lost here. As for Haskins, this would be a major derailment if he loses. As he's got a couple of years on him.
Well, Haskins is winning this. He's winning this contest, Tim. Probably, for me, he's probably 3 or 4 rounds up. But you just sense that Booth is getting closer and closer, and there's still 4 or 5 rounds left. Yeah. Haskins has got to make sure he's fit for this one. Because if he's not, then Booth is going to close him down slowly but surely.
And the right hand finds a way through. And this is that's Booth's round, isn't it?
Close round, isn't it?
There's just get a look at that cut. It's right on the corner of the eyelid. So the blood is pouring or trickling away from the eye. It's not falling into his eye. It isn't impairing his vision at all.
I needed to dig deep now, Jake. All right, he's knackered. He's still trying to survive. Grease, Tony. You've got grease in there. He's trying to survive, Joe.
That was caused by a punch.
Right. He's trying to survive. But
cut was caused by a punch, as you can hear.
Great left hand there from Haskins, and another one. But does he make some mistakes there with those hands so low? Doesn't get his hands back into the on-guard position, and that's what Booth is looking for. Another close round, that one.
There's no doubt he's had his biggest successes when he's actually closed Haskins down. He's managed to get in close, work on his body. Good short right hand, that was by Haskins. The chin sat out on display.
Haskins, when he's boxing at range, is very difficult to actually catch.
And this is where...
It's when he's vulnerable, it's when he's in on the inside, Tim, that's when he's vulnerable. Goes from one extreme to the other. Very good at long range, but at short range then...
There's that uppercut. Still haven't seen the left uppercut yet from Lee Haskins.
That's the shot that his coach, Chris Sanagar, was saying that he wants him to throw.
Heads come close to clashing there.
I think someone wants Lee Haskins to throw the uppercut.
Straight through the middle.
Well, no wonder he was getting a bit irritated. He's been telling him to throw the punch for the last 4 rounds, and he hasn't landed one yet. There it is. Well, there's a semblance of one. Booth continuing to make life difficult.
Haskins occasionally switching from southpaw to orthodox. You just get the sense, though, Tim, if Booth was to throw more punches on the inside, 3s and 4s in combinations, that may give him a bit more success. The single shots don't seem to be getting through.
Thing is, I suppose, maybe he'd like to throw 3 and 4 shots on the inside. Maybe he just can't do it. Well, more conclusive round this from Haskins. Better round for Lee Haskins, greeted with applause as he goes back to his corner.
Give me the other glass. Come on, give me the other glass. Come in the water. That's a good round. That's what we'd like to see, Sam. All right? That's it.
Just gets caught there, that long looping left hook. Had some success with that, but bringing his opponent onto the work here. Lee Haskins. There's that left uppercut or screw shot in that on that sequence there, just missing the target.
Now it's only 2 rounds. This geezer got nothing to lose, all right? Remember, this geezer got nothing to lose.
These are the championship rounds.
They're the most dangerous opponents you can find, aren't they? The ones that have got nothing to lose.
Too right, and in the case of Jason Booth, that is definitely how it is.
I think he's surprised a lot of people with the performance he's put in tonight, Jason Booth, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's a good professional, Jason Booth, experienced, and he's come up against every style, hasn't he? And this style has posed a lot of problems for him tonight, Lee Haskins, but he's found a way, and quality boxers do that.
And good single shots from Haskins, the right hand again.
Here's that left hook again from Booth, and that's the shot that he's landed time and again tonight. That's mainly because that right hand of Haskins is so low.
He had 1 dominant round so far, has Booth, 3 rounds ago, when he literally did. He just got in and he concentrated on working the body of Haskins, and Haskins was in trouble for a time.
Yeah, he's found a second win since then, Haskins.
Yeah.
Rode the storm well. He had a good response in round 7. And he's just carried it on. You have to admire Booth's just dogged determination coming forward. Little cut on the left eye of Booth also.
Constantly being forced to use energy, use up his stamina, chasing Haskins around the ring. Then he gets a couple of decent hooks into Haskins' body. Haskins taking a bit of time off in this round.
Yeah, just took his foot off the gas slightly here, Haskins, on that back foot. The pace has slowed, understandably, from both boxers.
Final half minute of round 10 with 2 more to go to follow.
You've got to remember, Jason Booth lost 5 of his last 6 contests, but he's still boxing here. Plenty of determination and urgency.
Well, end of the round, and a better round it was for Booth again. Haskins taking a bit of time off there.
Right, straight right off.
Well, you can't have anything but admiration for the effort that he's put in here, Booth.
Yeah, tremendous effort.
I mean, he has obviously really worked himself into a fantastic condition, physical condition, to come in and fight at this pace at 36 years of age.
2 rounds.
I mean, from 2009 to 2012, he actually fought at super bantam. Normally, as you get older, you put on more weight, but with Jason, he's come back down to bantam for this one, so he's probably only been a bantamweight, to be quite honest, in the last 4 or 5 years.
Well, they have had comparisons in some of the people that they've met. They both lost to Ian Napper, actually, for the British title. These, as they said, as you hear them say, these are the championship rounds here now. A really good, strong, positive finish from Booth. Depends what sways the judges. As you've said, Richie, the continual fighting on the front foot of Booth, or perhaps the cleaner, more precise skills, boxing skills of Lee Haskins.
Yeah, I've got Haskins a couple of rounds up here, but you said it, Tim, it's what judges prefer. And you have to give credit to Booth for his determination on that front foot, always forcing the fight and getting home with shots like that one there. Or some judges will prefer the skills of Haskins on that back foot. He's on home soil as well. It could be very close.
Again, the shout for body shots, get him a body shot.
And the reason for that is, I mean, Haskins has been vulnerable in the past, but also he's a moving boxer. He hits and he moves. And with any moving fighter, you target the body. That slows the legs down, and then you can go to work then, obviously.
That's better. It was a good, solid right hand into the body, and it did just that in slowing Haskins down a bit. Yeah, we've seen very few 3-4 punch combinations from Haskins in the last couple of rounds here.
Yeah, there's a head clash there, Tim, and there's a cut occurred. I think it's just on the top of the nose or the eye. See?
Yeah, you can see it right on the bridge of the nose, isn't it?
That was a head clash, that was, most certainly.
Well, thankfully, it's come at in the 11th round here, as opposed to any earlier, and a slip. It's going to add even more urgency here. Jab flicks out from Haskins, stings the face of Booth. Calling time. He's calling for the doctor to take a look at the cut here. Just making sure again. Yeah, he's happy. It's an awkward place.
Yeah, the blood running into the eye is the problem.
The eye, doesn't it? Well, he's got one more round. Should be a great climax to this. He's been very conservative in the last 2-3 rounds, Lee Haskins.
Yeah, some people will think that he hasn't done enough in the last couple of rounds, Lee Haskins, on that back foot. Booth coming forward, not a lot in the rounds.
Let's have a look. We're going to get a look at the head clash coming up.
He's going to try for everything. Thank you very much. Calm down, right? First, calm down, right? Think about what you're going to do, all right? You're going to be quick.
Can we see it? No. The cut wasn't caused there. It was definitely when the heads come together, they clashed, and that seemed to bring the cut. We didn't see it there.
12th round, and I think this has surprised many people that it's gone the whole distance. I think part of that is down to the condition and the determination of Booth in here to come in and make a real night of this. Might just have been a hint of underestimation of the opposition here by Lee Haskins. He might be marginally in head. The defending champion. Could be a very, very close call here. Booth, as he's done for the previous 11 rounds, has just leapt to the centre of the ring, taken control of the centre of the ring, and just tried to close down and fight on the front foot. And just keep Haskins pinned under pressure. Hasn't always worked, hasn't always succeeded, hasn't always landed any significant shots, but he has made Haskins think for 12 rounds here.
Oh, most certainly, he's made him work very hard indeed. It's just been constant pressure from Booth on that front foot.
Interesting last words from Chris Seneca in the corner. He's saying, let's just calm it down, jab and move. He's going to come at you with everything that he's got.
And on this performance, no matter what happens, Tim, you know, Booth, he's nowhere near finished for me. I mean, he's 36 years of age.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
This is his 49th contest. Incredible career.
A little stagger there from Haskins as Booth seems to back him into the corner again. Looks to work to his body. Left hand finds the head. Yeah, that's a good combination there. Right hand followed by, there's that left hook. Measures up the shot and he's going to finish with a bit of grandstanding here, Lee Haskins.
Yeah, this
finally
is
opens up.
Champion's finish here from Haskins, really putting the work together. Good shot from him, right hooks, straight left hands.
Got the crowd at their seat.
Yeah, great last round from both of them, but Haskins really turning it on.
We should see a little bit more of this in some of the previous rounds from Haskins. It has been a bit sparing at times, this type of work.
He prefers that leisurely pace, Tim, that's what it is. But here, he just upped it there. He's upped the work rate, upped the tempo, and started to land with some bigger punches here, Haskins.
Final 10 seconds then of this fight. And again, he's finishing with blistering hand speed. Well, the referee applauds them. They sink into each other's arms almost in a mutual respect. And that has been a pretty good fight, hasn't it? I mean, let's be honest, not too many people thought that at his age and in the condition that Jason Booth was gonna actually produce what he did here tonight.
Well, losing the last 5 of his last 6 contests, you know, nothing would really suggest that he was going to put in a performance like that, Jason Booth, but he got up close, got the tactics right, probably needed to move his head a little bit more, but nevertheless landed with some quality shots. And you never know with some judges, they prefer boxers going forward. He was always forced in the fight. He fought like a 26-year-old, never mind a 36-year-old. It's been a good performance from Jason Booth, but I think he's just come up short.
Phil Edwards, Howard, John Foster and Jeff Hines, the referees here.
In this last round here now, Haskins forcing the pace a little bit more, landed with some better shots in this round, did Haskins, and some harder punches than what he's normally been throwing. Started to plant his feet a little bit more, but Booth kept coming forward. Nothing would deter him, but great long right up there from Haskins, then back on the outside. Great last round from both of them.
He's, remember, the mandatory challenger for the European title that he lost to Jamoy last year, but Karim Guefi is now the holder of. Beat him back in August, so that's on the agenda sometime in the future, providing, of course, he's come away with this with a victory here. What do you think they're talking rematch?
Probably.
Well, they neither of them have got a draw on their record, because I suppose we didn't discuss that as a possibility. Here we go then. A great credit to both of these two who put on a great show here in Bristol tonight.
Great to see, isn't it? Both giving themselves a really hard fight and then talking away there, smiling, congratulating each other on a tremendous contest.
We talked about the experience that Booth brought into it with, and again, the fact that, all right, he's lost 11 times, but it was the company that he's kept and what he's learned off of those that he's been in with. And we mentioned Kiko Martinez and Steve Molitor, just two of them. But clearly, I mean, that experience has been used to good effect here. Let's have a listen to the outcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the 12 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards, where we have a unanimous decision. Judge Jeff Hines scores the contest 118-111. Howard Foster 117-112. Judge Terry O'Connor 118-111. All three in favour of the winner. And still...
Well, there's the answer to the question, what is it that's going to impress the judges? The cleaner, more precise boxing skills of Lee Haskins have prevailed here. That is what impressed the judges. But again, a great degree of credit goes to Jason Booth, who's made this the occasion that it is. What do you think about the actual 118, 111, 117, 112? I mean,
yeah, a little
right
bit
for you?
No, 118 and 11, tiny bit wide for me. I thought it was close to that. I think 117, 114, so a couple of even rounds in there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think the right man won. But it was a great contest because Booth was always in it right to the very end. Very exciting.
Well, I remember Jamie McDonnell recently stripped of the IBF title after not agreeing a mandatory defence with Vissi Malinga, and Stuart Hall stepped in. That's what's irritated him. Who knows? World title could be on the agenda. He will go on, and presumably next item on the agenda is the reacquisition of the European crown. But Karim Guefi, 26-year-old from France, and that is, well, his next defence of that European title that he's won is scheduled for February of next year. So who knows? And there is the family. And that is it from us this evening. I hope you've enjoyed the event here in Bristol. We'll be back with more live boxing in the weeks to come. We'll leave you with some of the best shots of the night. And the news that Lee Haskins rolls on toward a European title fight. Hope you've enjoyed it there from Richie Woodall and from me, Tim Cable. Till next time, bye-bye for now.
Monday Night Football on British Eurosport. Catch all the action from the Miami Dolphins and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 1:30 a.m. live and exclusive on British Eurosport 2 HD. With extended highlights Tuesday 6 p.m. exclusively on British Eurosport HD.